Okay guys, today's the day. We're putting stone on the wall. It's a little bit late in the day because I forgot about the trim pieces. I did promise you a surprise package. Have a quick look at this 2-day trip that I went on and what the package is, and we'll be right back. All right, well, what do you think of that package? I know somebody who is not all that excited about it, but she is coming around, and I'll show you a little more of her in a few minutes. She is a great addition to the cabin, and her name is Molly. So we have Sophie and Molly now. Super excited. There's going to be a lot of training involved, but hey, that's part of it. I'm excited to get this done because it means I can get the heat in here. Now, I put these trim pieces on so that I can butt the stone up against it and you don't see the joints and stuff. So as far as installing stone goes, there's a couple key things for me that I like to do to help me make it go faster and easier, because this is a big jigsaw puzzle. So what I do is I lay out a ton of stone around me and I can see all the pieces, the shapes and stuff. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The more pieces you have, the easier it is to find the one you need. Now, I do have my saw set up. If we need to cut something, we will. But I'm a little more old school and I'll show you. So if I have pieces like this where it's rough and I butt into another one, I don't cut this. To me, natural stone should look natural. So when this is on the wall and you have a joint, my joints will vary from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. There's lots of little tricks I'll show you along the way, and looking forward to getting it on the wall. So the scratch coat is a little bit roughed up. Somebody had mentioned that, and you're right. A lot of guys do take a brush and brush the scratch coat to give it a little bit rougher surface so the mortar sticks. This stone is smooth. Also, to where this stone gets stuck to the wall, it is not necessary to hearth stone down first. This gets stuck to the wall. The wall carries all the weight, nothing down there. The wall takes it. And that brings me to another question a lot of people had. Why didn't you use cement board? This is the thickness of my walls. I put the plywood on to stiffen up the walls and to help carry the load and have less movement in the wall. And as far as cement board goes, I don't care for it. There's 2 reasons. It's expensive, and when you put the stone on, it absorbs the water out of the mortar too fast and the stone will pop off. That's my experience, and it's just all personal preference. I know a lot of guys who love cement board, but I do know that they use a thin set, the same stuff you use in a tile. I don't. I use regular mortar, and when it comes to jointing this stuff, there's 2 ways to do it. You can use one of these. It's called a sacking bag. You put the mortar in here, and then you go around the joints. I don't do that. I will do a little bit of it. I put extra mortar on the stone, and when I squish it into the wall, it kind of bellows out and squeezes into the joint. I prefer that because it's just one less thing I need to do. I'm already putting mortar on the back of the stone. Might as well put a little extra. And when I go to joint in between the stones, it's already hardened. I don't have to come back, pipe it all in, bag it all in, and come back in an hour when it's thumbprint hard. I like it a little bit harder than thumbprint hard, but that's the rule of thumb. You joint your wall when you can put your thumb in there and it leaves an imprint. It's not too wet, not too soft. I'll show you all that. Okay guys, let's lay the first piece. So what we do, you pick your stone that you want. I like this one for the corner. I can put another stone in, cover this imperfection. So this is how I do it. Take a little mud, smear the back. This mud's a little bit soft, but kind of need it a little bit soft too. So we're just gonna take that, kind of go around it, and then we're gonna add a whole bunch right there. So I made a pocket, lots of mud, right? Put it right here. See how the mud just kind of popped all out around there? Nice, eh? Don't need that on the ground. Okay, now what we need to do is pick another stone. I like this one here. What do you think? Kind of blends there, a little bit here. We got a little bit of piece we can do there, but that's okay. Hold on, let me butter this. All right, lots of mud. Lay it down there. Now we'll squeeze it in nice and tight. We'll check our joint. I think that's a little bit big. It's okay, we'll just go nice and tight. All right, nice heavy stone in place. Now, I picked this one up before. What do you guys think of this? I think that looks pretty good, eh? So what we're trying to do is just get things in nice and fairly tight, but not leave too much. You know, you gotta leave enough space for decent stone in there. I think that one looks pretty good. Let's try it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna throw a little bit more mud in there. Like I said, I don't like to bag too much later. Squeeze it in place. Now, it's a fairly heavy stone. You gotta hold it for about 10-15 seconds for the mortar to dry and grab. Maybe a little longer, this one's pretty heavy. I'm slowly releasing my hand and I'm watching the stone in the mortar to see what it does. So it's good. It maintained my joint here, so we're good. Now, I need to figure this out. I like this one. But what does that do? No, not quite, because when you put that in, it's a weird angle and then weird things here. So we need sort of that shape. Oh, well, that looks pretty good. Not too bad. See, I'm gonna have another stone butt into here. So to make this joint nicer, I can kind of angle that stone and nobody's ever gonna see that. So this is what I'm talking about too. I'm gonna get you guys to come in closer. Right here, you got a nice joint and it kind of comes up and bumps out here. A lot of guys, different masons would actually take either the saw and cut this and make a nice line. To me, this is a natural stone. That's how it was broken. Why not leave it? I like it like that. I don't like all this straight. To me, it's just not natural. This is more of a natural look. But everybody has their thing. This is just what I prefer. So let's put this piece in place. I go up a little bit higher than what I want, squish it, bring it down. And then I'm gonna rotate it over. And there we go. We're gonna hold and wait. Okay, we're gonna release. Watch this joint as I release. See if it squeezes out. Not bad. A little bit. Sorry about the shadow, guys. I need light so I can see what I'm doing. Pretty good so far. Let's stand back and have a look. Okay, so far we're doing pretty good. We got a nice start to the corner. So that's it, guys. This is how you lay stone. Jigsaw puzzle. I'd like to get another stone in here, but then I'm gonna kind of do the bottom, we'll call it a row, all the way through, because I want that to set, because that's what's gonna really hold up the stone. We got a few more stone on. So what I've been doing too, this is called a slicker. Actually, I made this out of an old trowel, but this is what we use to joint. So when I'm laying the stone, I just kind of take this and go around, smooth it out, just to see my joints. And like this one here, that's a pretty tight joint, but I manipulated the mud a little bit farther out. And when I come down, I'll smooth it out so it's all a nice run. Anyway, this way I can see the consistency of my joints. So they're not too big, not too small. Now, we've got ourselves in a little bit of an area here. So what I'm gonna do, I broke this stone outside, but I think it's gonna work pretty good here. So I'm gonna lay it nice and tight here. I'm probably gonna take a little bit of this off with my hammer. I have my brick hammer here. I wanna get this a little bit closer. You just take a little bit at a time. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like a lot of stone is gonna break there. Yep, see that? I told you. All right, so there's a couple other tips and tricks that I wanna share with you guys. When you're doing this, it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle, like I said. When you get into an area, you can't find the stone that you're looking for, and you start getting frustrated, and nothing seems to fit. Two things you need to do. Go to a different part of the wall and figure something else out there, or you walk away for 10 minutes and you come back, and it's amazing what happens. All of a sudden, you go away for 10 minutes, come back, there's 10 stones that fit where you're just scratching your head half an hour or so. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Another good tip is to stand back, because I'm 2 feet from my wall all day, and I just see this. I wanna see the line. So when you stand back about 10 feet, you look at your wall, you see how everything's going, making sure your stone is in the right spot, it doesn't look out of place. Your mixture is good, you're big, you're little, you're medium. Like here, we're gonna start getting some smaller pieces in, maybe in here a smaller piece, just to break it all up. But the key is stand back and look at your work. Okay guys, this is my saw. This is a diamond blade. It's not quite brand new, but very close. I found a stone that I like, but it's too high for in there. So we're gonna take the saw and just cut this off, line it up. So what I'm gonna do now, it's kind of the mortar starting to get hard. Now I've kind of left some areas empty, just so I could show you the socking process. It's one of these bags, you just put your mortar in here, it's like decorating a cake kind of. Take it in, and then roll it up. And then let's see, not bad. We'll just add some to it. And it's drying pretty quick, so, which I'm happy with. You know, my joints are already pretty good here, right? Like I could actually joint this now. Should be able to kill this off in about an hour and a half, depending on the stone selection, and fingers crossed, at least let me get this finished. Pretty sure I have enough to finish that. That I'm not sure, but fingers crossed. Anyway, let's get to it. We're gonna sack everything in, compress the joints in and get them smooth, and then we'll finish them off later. While that's drying, we're gonna tackle this little wall. So as you can see, we still have that, but this is the stone that I have left. Oh, a couple of pieces here, a couple of pieces there. The problem with having little stone like this is you don't have much selections. I've cut a lot in here just because of that. If I didn't cut, I'd never would have made it. It's coming along. And look what we have here. Whoa.
Say hi to everybody, Molly. Miss Molly. Sophie. Sophie, are you camera shy?
Okay guys, that's it. Stone's laid. It's getting late. And we still have a lot of work left to do. We gotta joint this up. So we're just kind of going around, a little bit of slicker, a little bit of finger. It's still a little wet. I wish it was drier. I'm probably gonna try to figure out, once I get this all smoothed out and cleaned up, and I will be giving it a wash with some vinegar. We'll get rid of all this staining on the stone. So these are solid rock sills. So they're gonna come up here. If you notice, I left a little gap there, and they're gonna sit just like that. So we'll install these, one here, one there. We'll put a little piece around the corner here, and then it's done. And then we're gonna hit the floor. It is now 11:30, and I'm done. So for me, Sophie, and Molly, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. So everybody knows Sophie, but here we have little Miss Molly. She's the new addition to Thompson's Cabin Adventures, and really looking forward to it. Sophie's coming around, as you can see. It's only been a week. Without further ado, I'd like for everybody to meet Miss Molly, the newest addition. Hey, Soph. She's a cute little puppy. She's adjusting rather nicely, and she's really warming up to Sophie. And Sophie is starting to warm up to her when she's not a little terror. Okay guys, it's time to get this done. I had to wash the stones. They were pretty dirty. That's okay, but we're gonna do this a little bit different. What we're gonna do is called dry laying it out. So we're gonna lay it out dry, fit all the pieces. We're gonna lift them up, lay them down. Been struggling with this a little bit, so I'll show you what I've come up with and how to make this fit, because I've had lots of big stuff which I wanted around the perimeter and in here and a little bit here. The stove is gonna sit here, so it's gonna cover most of this. I've been setting, so I've set a bunch of stones in, and then what I did, this one here, so I'm gonna cut this stone here, and then I'm gonna cut that stone along there, and then this one fits in there, and they work. Same thing with this one. I'm gonna take the saw, I'm gonna cut it across here, it'll fit in there. There's a big variance in depth in these stones. So what I'm gonna do is lay one stone at a time, and I'm gonna start with the biggest ones. That is the thickest stone right here. So I'll lay that, and then the thinner ones, and I'll just work my way over this way and then come out this way. Let's get to it. Set it out of the way. And then, now, the key to this is, everybody thinks you need really stiff mortar. Well, it's just the opposite. You don't want stiff mortar at all. Here. All right. Perfect. Shake it back and forth. Perfect. Roughly. Okay guys, what we want to do now, so that I can still reach, I want to start sacking this in. The final 2 stone, right here. Let's get them in, get jointed, and get out of here. Okay guys, it's looking really good. Okay, there you have it. It's all in place. See, it's pretty wet. That's okay. We'll get it. The back stuff is starting to set up a little bit, but it's definitely gonna be a few hours before I can get back on this. I'm just gonna keep doing this, then I'll be back. I'm gonna go take a break for probably a couple of hours. It's 11:30 at night now. So anyway, we'll come back. I'm gonna try to get some heat from the vent over this way. Maybe even a fan. Should try to find a fan and put a fan on this. Any air movement will help set this up. So we're gonna make this dry fast. We brought in the big guns. I think it's hard enough. Well, it's gonna be. We're gonna make it work because I'm getting tired. That's it. We're done. I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm tired. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Morning guys, it's the next morning. Wipe down the stone with a sponge. Get rid of all the dust and dirt. Okay, so now that we got the dirt off, this is a good opportunity to really make this stuff shine. And we're gonna kind of just tap the joints a little bit, just to kind of smooth them out a little bit too. Swoop it along, flatten it out. Wasn't really planning on doing this, but why not? It's gonna work. I thought it would be a lot harder by now. Okay guys, we're done. The stone wall, it's drying up and it's all coming together nicely. Once this is all dry, I'm gonna take another pail of water with a brush, and we're gonna wash it down with a brush and a sponge again, but we're gonna put vinegar in it. Vinegar is like an acid, so that'll chew off any, the film or whatever, but it has to be completely dry. Like I could do it up here, but this is like, I could actually dig this out no problem right now. I know I'm standing on it, it's not gonna move. It's because it's still chilly in here. But anyway, it's been a fun project. This is a big one to knock off the list because now we can get the stove in here and we're home free. So we have to head outside, do a couple of things before freeze up, then we're gonna install the stove, and then we're gonna start building the inside of the cabin. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps grow the channel. And for everybody that has subscribed and been around for a while, and all you new subscribers, it means a lot. It truly does, and it helps the channel grow. So, from me, Sophie, and Molly, we'll see you next week.
You find a nice little warm spot there, Miss Molly? Are you putting your footprint in the mortar? Are you putting your footprint in the mortar? Huh? We should have did that. We should have put your footprints in the mortar. What?